Hey, what is up guys? How's it going? This is Furgie here, back from A Squad Gaming, and today, once again, we are going to take another look at Call of Duty Black Ops 3 multiplayer today. More specifically, shotguns and how to unlock the diamond camo on all of them, as well as kind of a little showcase showing off all of the camos on every single shotgun. Now, as you know, I've already done the snipers, and now we're on to the shotguns. Both of these categories, in my opinion, are the easiest in order to unlock the diamond camo one, and I highly suggest you check them out, try them out, and earn the camo, because it's pretty easy, and it will get you one step closer to earning that sweet dark matter camo. Now, really, these work a lot like the sniper rifles do, except they're a little bit different depending on what kind of shotgun you're using. Now, two of them involve getting one-shot kills, and the other two involve getting headshots. Now, usually the headshots are going to be a little bit harder than the one-shot kills because the one-shots are a lot of damage, and most of the time, you will just get one-shots. The headshots, obviously, are going to be a little bit more difficult, so that's what makes this really so hard, and it might take it a little bit longer than it normally would for you, but actually, none of the weapons are that bad. Just when you're going for the specific challenges, it might seem like they're pretty awful and pretty strenuous and not getting you many kills or anything like that, but take your time, be patient about it, and play with them a little bit too while you're going for your different challenges. Now, these camos operate just like all of the other weapons in this game. Of course, you have all your different categories, but we're specifically looking at the multiplayer ones. You're going to unlock all of the first original tier of camos, just getting headshots and one-shots, and then all of the other camos will be unlocked, getting no attachment kills, 5 attachment kills, bloodthirsties, double kills, and revenge medals. The revenge medals are the special ones for this specific weapon class. It also goes along with a few of the others. So our very first shotgun here is the KRM262. A lot of people call it the Crim, and it's very relatable to the best shotgun from Black Ops 2. I really can't remember what it's called, but it's almost the exact same weapon. It shoots the exact same way, it looks the same, and it's almost as good. In my opinion, it's not quite as good. It doesn't do quite as much damage, but it is one of my favorites. Personally, I think it's my favorite pump action, but it's not my favorite shotgun overall. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But these challenges are going to be very easy for you to pick up, honestly. I think I probably got this gold in just a few games of free-for-all. The one-shots come in very easily. You'll get some hit markers from a distance, but as soon as you throw in the long barrel and unlock that, it's going to come in a lot easier. You can get fast mag to load the rounds in faster and things like that, but really, it's fairly simple, and all of the other medals are easy as well. If you know what you're doing in your game type, and you're even just kind of camping passively to get the bloodthirsties or rushing a little bit more to get the double kills or things like that, it should come along pretty easily. But the diamond camo on this gun does look really, really nice. Now, it covers almost the entire gun. It looks very, very similar in gold, obviously, but now we just add all of the jewels and everything. And I've noticed with a few of these, as along with a few of other weapons, depending on what attachments you put on it, will kind of change what parts of the gun are covered in gold or diamond. Now, for this one, if you put the long barrel on, it's going to look a little bit different. And for the haymaker, which is the third shotgun, it changes drastically, along with the Argus and a few things on the Bresci as well. So keep that in mind. You can also change the look of how the camos apply to your weapon, depending on what kind of attachments you have on it. Now, next up, we have the 205 Bresci. It might be Brecci, I don't know if it's Italian or something like that, but in my opinion, this is the worst shotgun. However, it is really not all that bad, besides when you're going for the headshots. When you're going for headshots with this weapon, it is absolutely brutal. Even if you one-shot them in the head, even fairly close, it's not going to be a one-shot, so you're going to have to at least do it twice or get it in on the final shot, so you have to get kind of lucky. It's going to get a little tedious and a little bit irritating going for the headshots with this, so that's what I said earlier. Kind of take your time with these challenges. You don't really need to rush the gold unless you're really that excited to get diamond or something like that, because you're going to get burnt out on these weapons, because some of these challenges can be fairly difficult, like I said, especially the headshots on both this gun and the haymaker. So take your time though, because once you get the camo on it and once you're just playing casually, it is actually a very good weapon. If you have long barrel on it or something like that, it's a good spray and pray shotgun. It has a decent range. Of course, it's a 2 or 3 shot kill depending on how close you are, but it's really never that bad, and it's actually going to pick you up quite a few kills here in this free-for-all game. I actually won fairly easily. So like I said, I suggest taking your time with the challenges. Don't worry too much about the headshots. Just passively get them over time and kind of just play with the gun, because it's going to allow you to have a lot more fun and not ruin your KD or anything like that, just straight up going for headshots. Now, next up, we have my personal favorite and the third shotgun in Black Ops 3. This is called the Haymaker 12, and if you're familiar with Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, you will recognize this type of weapon. This is basically the AA-12. I think that's probably where they got the 12, and it's a full auto shotgun with a drum round on the bottom. And for a few reasons, I believe this to be the best shotgun in the game, above the Argus and the Crim, just because of how quickly it can fire and how quickly it can take out larger groups of enemies, sometimes with a little bit of luck and a little bit of spraying. But that being said, it is very, very good. Now, as far as the challenges and the headshots go, like I said, I would only focus on them every once in a while. I would just play with the weapon as well, level it up, get some good attachments, because the headshots will come in pretty easily if you just kind of play. The gun kind of passively moves upwards, and if you're getting shot at, it will move up as well. And as long as you just get one shot into the head, primarily the final shot obviously, it's going to count, and you're going to be able to pick through the challenges pretty easily, easier than you'd actually think. The final challenges are very, very easy as well, getting bloodthirsty and things like that, because the weapon is very, very good here. You see, obviously, I'm using all of these in free-for-all, but they're all also very good on any kind of close quarters area maps or any kind of mosh pit series if you like playing mosh pit and getting all the Nuketown maps and things like that. They're all very, very good, especially this one. I've been able to get a lot of really high gameplays with it, and maybe I'll show you guys those later on. But that being said, this is my favorite in the game. I highly suggest you guys try it out. Maybe even use it first if you're going for gold and diamond on these, and incorporate it into your classes because it's very, very good, and it looks great diamond as well. Now, our final shotgun in Black Ops 3 is very unique, actually. We haven't seen anything like this in a while. This is the Argus, and a lot of people compare it to the Model 1887 from MW2. A lot of renditions from MW2, apparently. And it is actually very, very good. It's comparable to the Crim. It's kind of a pump bolt. It's kind of hard to explain how you get through the bolt because it's a futuristic weapon and everything, but it is very nice. You have to kind of pump the gun every time you shoot a bullet, but it has a very good range and a lot of damage as well. I feel like if you aim down the sights with it, it kind of increases the range. Maybe that's just something I'm noticing, and it's not actually a thing, but it is still a pretty good weapon. It's probably my second favorite behind maybe the Haymaker. It's kind of tied with the Crim, but it is very, very good. It's also a great hip fire. It reloads very, very quickly, and like I said, it has a lot of damage. All you have to do is get one-shot kills with this weapon, so it's going to be very, very easy, and you're going to be able to get this done very, very quickly, along with most of the other shotguns. Diamond is honestly very easy to pick up, and it looks very, very cool on all of them, especially this one. My personal favorites, however, are the Crim and the Haymaker, just because of how much you can see. This gun is lacking a little bit of the diamond camo. Even with gold on it, you can't see quite as much because a lot of it's some kind of wood material, which is still cool. It still looks great, especially with a lot of other camos, so obviously it's still worth working for, along with all of the other shotguns in this class. So I highly suggest, like I said, that you all try them out. You try out the snipers, and either you go for the assault rifles or the subbies first if you know you're going to use those more, or you go for these first because you know they're going to be a little bit easier. And shotguns are very viable in a lot of situations as well, so that's another reason just to go for these, is because you'll be able to show off in a lot of game types with your really powerful, really helpful shotguns. Alright guys, so that's going to be it from me. Of course, like always, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was informative. I hope you like checking out these shotguns, and maybe you're going for them yourself, or you'll be going for them yourself here in the future. I know a lot of people just like to play and not really focus on the camos, and that's fine as well, but maybe over time you'll be able to unlock these yourself. I've just primarily been focusing on it because I love my camos. But again, I want to thank you all for watching. Hope this was a good video. Look out for a lot more coming in the near future, along with a lot of class builds and things like that. We will see you all next time back at A Squad.